The first light of dawn crept over the high plains when she found him. A lone billionaire rancher collapsed near the Cottonwood Creek, an arrow buried deep in his back like a dark promise of unfinished violence, his blood staining the dust of land he owned but could not control. And she, known only as Dawn to the scattered frontier towns, did not hesitate, because she had survived worse nights than this and learned long ago that fate does not wait for fear to pass. She dragged him with raw strength into her cabin, a woman marked by loss and resilience, her hands steady as she snapped the arrow shaft, pressed cloth to the wound, and whispered old prayers, taught by a mother who had once painted her face for war and survival. The rancher, Elias Crow, was a legend across the territory, a man with railroads in his name and gold in his vaults, yet alone in the world, hunted now not for his money but for the land he refused to sell, land that powerful men wanted soaked in blood if necessary. As fever took him, Dawn stood guard through the night, her silhouette sharp against the firelight, knowing that whoever shot that arrow would return to finish the job. By morning, hoofbeats thundered near her door, and Dawn answered not with fear but with war paint streaked across her face, a warning drawn from a past she never spoke of. Her eyes fierce as she lifted a rifle and dared the world to test her resolve. The men who came expected a wounded tycoon easy to claim, not a woman forged by loss and fire. And when the first shot rang out, it was not Elias who fell, but one of the hunters, sending the rest fleeing into the fog. Days passed as Elias healed, and in those quiet hours, truth spilled easier than blood. He spoke of betrayal by partners, of loneliness despite his billions, while Dawn shared pieces of a life stolen by violence, of a tribe destroyed and a name she buried to survive. Something unspoken grew between them, not born of need but of recognition, two souls shaped by power and pain, choosing stillness over running. When Elias finally stood again, strong and determined, he offered her protection, wealth, a future wrapped in comfort, but Dawn only smiled, knowing freedom was not bought, only shared. Yet as new threats gathered on the horizon, Elias realized the land, the ranch, and even his fortune meant nothing without the woman who had faced war paint at her door for him. And Dawn realized that sometimes destiny sends a wounded man not to be saved, but to remind you that you are not alone anymore. If this story of survival, courage, and unexpected love stirred something in you, don't forget to subscribe to Wild West Diaries, where every tale rides the edge between danger and destiny, and the frontier is always alive.